to bring a different perspective also to the civil society in Turkey, hopefully. Benefiting from MdM or Doctors of the World's network globally, and bring that here in Turkey, and then have managed to bring an added value to our activities and our overall objectives in the health sector here in Turkey. My main objective personally is to make sure that as an organization, as MdM or as MdM Turkey, we call it Dünya Doktorları, I hope to be able to put all the bases, legal and others, to make sure that we are fully functional and operational in Turkey, but also in the region, starting from Syria. When we're talking about being able to work in Syria, it's our impact also in the region, because we are the first section of the network that opens up in, I would say, Muslim country or society, or the majority being Muslim. It gives us, of course, much more perspective to, operate in the countries, neighboring countries, but the Middle East and the Arab world too. These are very important to explain to people, because they always ask about it. No, are you really independent, or is this just a platform for the network of Médecins du Monde or Doctors of the World to be able to work in the region? And we, very strongly defend that by saying that our main objective is we are a Turkish organization, part of the network with our own board and decisions, but definitely we are sharing the same values than the rest of the network. So this part of our existence is still questioned, and we're working on it, and we hope that slowly by slowly people will understand that this is a genuine project and there is no hidden agendas behind it. It's all open, it's all clear. We want to be able to operate intensively in the region in the medical sector. So our main activities for the moment in Turkey are around mental health and psychosocial support. We have at the beginning also provided some primary healthcare services in Istanbul, where we have 2 projects. We have also one specific project for the migrants, which is run by African migrants, for African migrants with their specific needs. The rest of our activities in Istanbul are mainly focused on the Syrian refugees. We're having the same type of activity in Izmir, and we're expanding with the refugees, but also with the Syrian refugees, and also daily workers who are coming from all around Turkey to work in a seasonal way in the farms in southern Turkey. Then we're in Antakya. Antakya is in the border with Syria, where we do work with local partners and Syrian NGOs, where we're also providing psychosocial support and mental health. We're also supporting a small center where we do rehabilitation for people who have suffered injuries during the war, amputations, and so on. And so basically, that is a bit our activities in Turkey. We are willing to expand because the needs are quite high. We're talking about 3.7 million refugees in Turkey, but actually the number is estimated to be higher than that. And if we include the migrants, it is informally reaching about 6 million, which is a huge number. Of course, officially the numbers are being kept around 4.5 million refugees and migrants included. But the most important for us is that potentially what MdM Turkey can do is really to focus on the most vulnerable ones, because the most vulnerable populations are the ones who are kept out of the system. And their numbers are growing, their needs are important, and then their situation is worsening every day. So our main focus in the coming months and years will be on looking at those aspects, but we also want to do some academic work on analyzing the needs, analyzing what we do also to better understand it, to better understand our weaknesses also, and try to adapt our intervention in Turkey on the best way possible, so it will benefit the beneficiaries. What can MdM Turkey can bring to the network? I think it can be discussed in different aspects, but already by just being in a country where the working environment for NGOs is very difficult will teach us, I think, a lot of lessons on how to adapt ourselves to work in environments that are very regulated, with a strong central government and institutions. It will also definitely bring, I think, a different perspective to the network, maybe through our presence, through our activities, through the extent and the size of the activities that we are managing here in Turkey. We are managing approximately a budget of about 9 million euros a year, so it's important. But the financial part, I don't think that is the most important. The most important is, the understanding that we're starting to get from the society, the civil society, and their expectations, and and how we will be able to translate these understandings to the network, and straighten also the network with a lot of perspective and options and projects here in Turkey. So we hope that with the support of the network, it has to go both ways. While we think that we have a lot to bring to the network, we believe also that the network support is crucial for us to be able to build MdM Turkey strongly and with a lot of ambitions for the refugees, but also for the network.